Hi guys, in this video I want to talk to you about something which I did back in September. And what I did is I went down to Peru to drink something called ayahuasca. And you may have heard about this. It's a kind of ancient plant medicine which they've been working with for hundreds of years down in the Amazon in places like Peru and Colombia. And in recent times there's been a lot of reports that it can cure all kinds of problems, from like depression to post-traumatic stress disorder to anxiety and all kinds of different things. So being the kind of person I am and being committed to trying to find a solution to social anxiety, I decided to give it a try and I headed down to Peru. And the video that you're about to see here documents some of what happened. So take a look. Hey guys, so today is a big day. I'm flying to Lima today and then on to Iquitos. This is a trip which I've been planning since 2014 and I'm going into Iquitos to do my first ayahuasca retreat. It's a 10-day retreat with 4 ceremonies. So as with a lot of the other stuff which I've been posting for you, this is not just personally for my own self-development journey and my own benefit. This is also being done with a view to how this will have applications for people suffering with social anxiety and social anxiety disorder. So I'm boarding my flight to Madrid pretty soon and then I'm going on to Lima and then Iquitos. So I'll check in with you later on en route to the jungle. Okay, hi guys, I've just arrived in Iquitos. I've just got to my hotel, I've had a shower, and I'm about to head out for some food. It was like a 25-hour flight down here. The retreat starts on Tuesday, so I have a couple of days to decompress, need to keep eating clean, and I'll keep you updated. Okay, so what you saw there was some footage from my trip down to Peru, and what happened while I was down in the Amazon basin. And while I was down there, I actually went on 2 retreats, and this brings me on to my first point. If you do feel that ayahuasca is something that you want to do, make sure you research it very carefully and make sure you find a really good place. So the first place that I went to was basically useless. I spent $1,000. I drank the brew down there and it was very, very weak, and it didn't really have much effect on me at all, apart from making me nauseous and puke up. I didn't get really any visions. There was a small amount, but no serious insights at all. And I had to drink like a large amount of this stuff. I was drinking like pints of this thin ayahuasca brew. And you know, I don't want to call the shaman down there a fraud or whatever, but I was not impressed at all. And if you want to know the name of that place to avoid, you can message me privately, but I'm not going to slate anybody publicly for what they do. But the second place was amazing. It was loads better. Again, I'll recommend this to you privately if any of you want to know the name. The brew was totally different. It was much thicker. I had full psychedelic experiences down there. And I felt at the time that there was a lot of learnings and stuff going on. So it was like a night and day difference between these 2 places. So really, my first point about ayahuasca is to pick the place very carefully. Make sure there's plenty of good reviews. I booked the first place just at the last minute, and I paid the price for it in the end. So that's my first point. Second point. Now, what did I learn from ayahuasca? How has it changed my life? How has it changed me? How has it impacted on social anxiety? So I'm actually glad that I've taken a long time to film this for you, because I wanted to wait for the dust to settle from the experience and for me to really decide what it had done for me. And I've got to say, at the time, I felt like I was going through life-changing lessons, and I'd heard all this stuff about how ayahuasca was going to keep working through me, through my dreams, revealing itself to me, revealing all these teachings, and that I was going to become a better and better person and all this stuff. And to be honest, I haven't actually found that to be the case. That might have worked for other people, but it didn't happen for me. Basically, at the time, I felt that I'd had all these learnings and teachings. I came back. I was full of peace and love and all this new wisdom. I reconnected with my family. I managed to bring the family back together because people hadn't been speaking, and I was working on all this stuff. And socially, I felt amazing. I was incredibly relaxed and confident, and I really did feel like a new person. And I've got to say that as time's gone on, those effects have worn off. The old problems in my family have resurfaced. People have stopped talking again, and arguments have flared up. I've gone down to my level of social confidence that I was at before, which is great. It was good. But I mean, before I was really feeling like a superhero after I came back from Peru. And my reflection really is just that what happened down there was a powerful psychedelic drug experience, much like I've had with LSD and with psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms. And at the time, you feel like you're getting all this amazing insight and you're sure it's going to change you as a person and all the rest of it. But sadly, these effects wear off, and I find myself coming back to my original state of consciousness. So that really, in a nutshell, has been my experience. That it was amazing at the time. I felt that it had changed me. Everybody said I'd changed and looked different and acted differently. But as time's gone on, old patterns, old behaviors have come back in. I mean, I was still at a good baseline before. I was happy with where I was, but you know, I did feel exceptional when I came back from Peru, but that has worn off. And my view, and this is different to what I see a lot of other people talking about, and that's fine, you know, it may have been like that for them and it may be like that for you. I can only talk about how it has been for me. And I just feel that with all of these drug-induced experiences, they do wear off. And the things that really make a lasting impact on me are things like psychotherapy, meditation practice, things which take a long time, but which are hard work, but which really do change you fundamentally. So in a nutshell, my view is that really it's the hardest path that always brings the greatest results. I don't think there is any, magic bullet or whatever, as I've said before, or some drug or something you're going to drink like ayahuasca and it's going to cure you, cure your problems in one go. And I've read a lot of reports of people saying that one session did cure them of anxiety, depression, etc., etc., etc. So maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe I will go down and try it again in a year from now. But based on what has happened, I went through 8 ceremonies. I went to a very good retreat center. I got the full experience, and I've taken a couple of months to process what happened. And that is, what I can tell you from my experience, that unfortunately the amazing effects do wear off after a while. You go back to your own baseline level of consciousness, and that really the greatest changes that come about for me are from things like CBT, exposure challenges, and psychotherapy and meditation. So that's all I've got for you right now. I'm going to be coming back to you soon with other topics in other videos, and I look forward to seeing you all then. So take care for now, and I'll see you later.